they've demonstrated their logistics are poor. They don't have real logistic sophistication. And so I think it's entirely possible that they are losing momentum.
And it's time to invite you into our daily briefing room, where one of our leading tactical and strategic minds with years of experience as a general officer at the highest level of military command shares their insights into the current state of the war in Ukraine. Joining us this afternoon is Major General Rupert Jones, who is a former standing Joint Forces commander. General, welcome to the show this afternoon.
Thanks very much. Very nice to be here.
Now, US and UK intelligence officers are at a security conference in Colorado, of course, talking about the war. But last night there was an interesting intervention. The CIA chief shot down rumours that President Putin is sick, saying that actually he seems entirely too healthy. What do you make about that assessment? Because there's been a lot of speculation and conjecture about President Putin's his physical health, his mental health. Is that just wishful thinking on people's behalf?
I mean, my sense is that is probably the case. And of course, the CIA, as with all intelligence agencies, they just work on what they know and the intelligence they've got. So, I think we were giving a negative. We do not have any intelligence to suggest that Putin is ill. And I think it was a smart move, wasn't it? Because we need to be careful of giving ourselves false hope. There has been a lot of speculation about President Putin's health. And whilst we shouldn't make him out to be all-powerful, nor should we sort of create false hope or denigrate him.
Yes, and there is often a danger with confirmation bias, sometimes masking the cold, hard reality of what's going on. In the same vein, how much faith do you think we should put in reports of Kremlin officials plotting coups against President Putin?
Yeah, again, I mean, neither of us are privy to the intelligence. I have no more privileged information any longer. So who knows what is really going on behind the scenes? Who knows what intelligence agencies do or don't know? My sense is we should treat those rumours with a significant dose of salt. The Russian system under President Putin has made it very, very difficult we've seen that, protesters, opposition leaders. It would take a very, very bold and brave plot to try and bring about Putin's downfall. So again, I think we should be cautious of dealing in fantasy and hope.
Yes, I think that's a very important sort of note of caution. As you say, it's a regime which cracks down very, very cruelly on opponents. There is not a free press in any form there. I just want to move on to a final question. Today, MI6 Chief Richard Moore said that UK intelligence suggests that Russia is running out of steam and that they might have to pause their operations soon, giving Ukraine possibly time to strike back. Is that intelligence something that you would recognise?
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't have access to the intelligence anymore, but it makes sense. Perversely, it feels like it's Ukraine who've got the time. Ukraine need to buy time to get more weapons in and slowly exhaust Russia, and it does feel as though that they are doing that. And we shouldn't underestimate, since the Russians really doubled down in the eastern provinces and went with a very, very aggressive fires-based assault into the east. They've used a vast amount of ordnance. They do not have limitless ordnance, and they've demonstrated their logistics are poor. They don't have real logistic sophistication. And so I think it's entirely possible that they are losing momentum. And that may, of course, explain why Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister, is buying time by talking about a change in strategy and the fact that the provision of long-range weapons by America, Britain and others means that they're going to change their aims and try and push further west. Of course, again, smoke and mirrors, because we know that early in the war they were trying to take over the whole of Ukraine, and their push on Kiev failed dismally.
And final question to you, General. What is the kind of equipment that Ukraine needs the most at this very critical juncture?
Yeah, well, Mrs. Zelensky has been in Washington, hasn't she? And I thought that was a very clever move. You just got to keep the pressure on, keep the narrative going, and they've been pretty consistent about what they're asking for. They need long range weapons, and with the HIMARS that helps, but of course they will need more of those. They need to be able to reach out and outrange the Russians accurately, because they don't want to start using indiscriminate fires. And they've also said very reasonably that they need better air defense systems so they can nullify the attacks coming in from Russia, particularly take down the missiles.
Well, we're really grateful for your time this afternoon. Thanks very much for speaking with Times Radio.
An absolute pleasure. Thank you.